that's terrific. God, you're fit people here.
I wonder why we're not islands.
You're going to give us another figure now, the third figure from a pork, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Crossover, is it?
Crossover, or the triples, which is called. It's two couples in the battering back, and the opposite two do the same and change places.
Just show us that without music. Give us a little demonstration.
It's quite simple.
Feet going across like that. You do a little bit of it.
1, 2, 3.
No one making score goals. Well, I'll leave you to it with the music.
Very good. Thank you.
The pride of our career was when we won the All-Ireland in Innis.
Yeah.
That was the culmination of all the effort.
It must have been amazing. There was no strong tradition maybe of dancing in this part, was there? That you went over to Clare and you were to win that.
You see, set dancing, it was very popular all over the county then.
Yeah.
Through quarters and competitions. And we had won, with the senior set, we had won 4 Munster titles.
Should we stop counting?
Yeah.
And several county ones. And it was a county final, was it, that Matt the Third League?
Munster.
The Munster competition.
Yeah.
The competition in Clare now where we won the All-Ireland Clare was the Flanneau. That was competition part of the Flanneau.
Yeah.
And it was the half set.
Yeah.
Going to school, when we were going to school, Master Lynch was the teacher in Auburn Rahavani, that's where I went to school. And once a month he'd have a concert in the school. And everybody in the school, whatever day, he was to teach, taught the thing whistle. And they could sing, and those that could dance, would dance. And would you believe it, I was able to play the hornpipe that time for being in right, he was a good dancer. But I forgot about it then. But he had all the kids in the school taken part
Push it down the floor.
in a concert.
Was there a big tradition of music?
Not really, no, there was no big tradition of music around.
Yeah.
You see, Ballybunna was the focal point in the summertime, and you had Pat Crowley playing in the pavilion, which is now the amusement hall, and he was playing there across the summer, and he played there for 17 consecutive years there.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Matt Sullivan opened the Central Ballroom, that closed down. And Betty McKelligot then owned what's now the Marine Hotel. And he sold that. And he bought Normal Hills pub,
Where was that pub?
which is now, and he turned that into a ballroom. And he opened that with Mrs. McLeod's ballroom. That was what the ballerina is now.
Just the ballerina now. And was there a lot of traditional dancing in the ballerina? Did you get an opportunity to dance your set there?
No, you see, at the end, that was really, when we had the dances, the Cayleys, there had to be Cayleys.
Mm-hmm.
And you if Bunny Dalton and Michael Jones were available to play there, they would play a real sets and hornpipes for, see, the breakers then would come across to that. They'd be hot for the fishing, and they were all good dancers. And the resulting crowd would come, and they were good, real dancers. So you had right up until the, I suppose, the middle 60s, real sets were danced, but then that became a lot of
It wasn't posh enough.
yeah, the ladies wouldn't, they'd go to the toilet, they'd run to the toilet when they really be called.
So other types of dancing were kind of
Yeah,
more fashionable at the time?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reels died out then completely, and it was Cortes then that rejuvenated the polka. I never had the polka until Cortes. It was always a real sense of non-pipe.
Right. What time was that around? What decade? Or?
That was early 70s, it's ever.
Rob, we got married in 69, so it was early 60s.
I know, but when Cortes.
Oh, I thought she was saying when.
No, you were here when. You were here when the Cortes
Oh
started.
no, when the course was about 71.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
when the
Okay.
set part of it took off.
And we were very shocked music from the Cortes. And the Zilton group provided some of that. And then of course we forgot about the Dr. Henry Pipe Band.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Green.
They were a big
So you had plenty of dancing, maybe a shortage of the musical tradition.
shot to the music at that time. Like.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as although Murray Brown didn't. She used to play the piano and the organ in the church, but she taught a good show how to play the accordion then.
Yeah.
As well in later years. She taught the bomber list how to play.
And Jimmy Fitz was a
Jimmy
teacher.
Fitz played the violin.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack Lyons then used to do step dancing as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the concertina.
And he played the concertina and spoons.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the world did you travel with the Ballybunion set?
Our first venture was we were invited to take part in the concert tour of England, and that was for 2 weeks. From I remember all the venues now, which was from right up to Scotland, and it was in the springtime, and it was very, very cold. And we had a great group of musicians and singers and dancers. And when that finished and came home, and the summer went on, and the next thing we were invited to go to America with the tour of America. That was in September, the following the year. So we did 18 cities in 19 days in America. All could do say you were there, because you didn't see too much of it. There was 12 internal flights. And it was from the airport back to the concert, and we
Were you like movie stars, Robert?
were living with host families. And for that we had to make straw suits. The four of us, we were in full straw suits.
Wow.
And we had to ship them around we had a big case, half the size of the table, to carry them around.
Is it like the Wren Boy suits?
All I had, and the skirt.
Yeah. Wren Boys.
That was it. So we had a good time. But you know, in America, when we be met at the plane with the host family, and they'd carry you off to their house, and the next thing they'd have all the men behind the wire and all them things. So all them things, that's all that'd be meant for. And then we go to the concert, and then we'll be wherever the concert was held in. All America, they had these big basement bars, and all the whole group would be down there, and would have to put on the show again, because their friends would be in and whatever. So there was literally 2 concerts in the one day. Carried back, and the next thing will be on again for an airport the next day. And it was Holland. There was a half ton of merchandise we had to take with us in the plane. So I had a brochure out about Ballymun at that time, and I took it back to them, and we'll be giving them out at the door when the patrons will be coming in. So that was America, you know, for us. All we could do was say we were there.
Would you advise young people to get involved in Cultus and Irish traditional ways?
Oh God, I would, of course, because it's a great song. Apart from beneficial to your outlook in life, it is a great exercise to be involved with, especially the dancing part of it. And before the COVID hit, when the branch was going flying, and you had set dancing classes below in the convent. And God knows, you stood out now in my mind as the makings of a very nice set dancer who had a lovely carriage and who had great time. But COVID put paid to all that, so I do hope that you'll continue at that, because it is fantastic, and you're good for music, and something that we didn't have when we were growing up. Like, you have it at your fingertips now, and make use of it. So I would advise 100% that when the COVID is done away with, get back at it again, and you'll make wonderful friends all over the county and the country. So keep at it.
How important is music, singing and dancing in your life?
Music, I love music. I love music, and be it traditional music or modern music, I loved it all. And singing, I like to know a song now and again, but it was a very important part of our social life. And I was fortunate to have a partner, a wife, who was equally interested and it made for a good relationship and a lot of happy times.